In Chieti, in southern Italy, a final experiment is carried out. Research on digital fingerprints is entrusted to Professor Luigi Capasso, who collaborated with the police and scientific brigade.
Leonardo da Vinci,
as a person, as a man, Leonardo da Vinci did not leave any traces of himself. As a result, what possibilities are available to us scientists in terms of paleobiological information on this very important Italian personality? The only option is to look for any biological traces on the materials he touched. In this context, the idea of searching for fingerprints is an obvious choice.
Out of 100 pages from Leonardo da Vinci's Bottega, over 200 fragments of fingerprints have been identified. A fingerprint was also found on the lady with an ermine.
To create the shadows of the black pearl necklace on the woman's skin, Leonardo da Vinci, instead of using the usual gray, opted for a different technique. He added a series of black lines, but he didn't paint them. A print of his left thumb drew them. It was certainly an intentional gesture on his part. Therefore, it would have to be his fingerprint. That's where we started, from that fragment.
On a blown-up rendering of the painting, next to the black pearls, several fingerprint fragments are visible.
This is how we produced, configured, and replicated Leonardo da Vinci's left thumbprint. This was the first item of biological information that we've ever had on this great master.
The police decided to do research on the prints on the Lucan portrait. Macro shots are taken across the surface of the painting.
On the Lucan portrait, our colleagues from the police found 3 fragments of fingerprints, 2 on the surface of the painting and 1 on the wooden base. We concentrated on the fingerprint fragment near the feather on the hat. We compared this fingerprint fragment with the reconstructed one. And this comparison highlighted 3 concording details. The prints are partially compatible in technical terms. This print fragment was certainly made at the same time the paint was being applied, because it is embedded. It was left there, printed on the painting before it dried. The paint was still wet.
A print left on wet paint. This gesture takes us back to Leonardo da Vinci's technique, creating shadows with his fingers. Who else but the artist could have put his thumb on a painting that was being worked on? After travelling across Europe for the needs of the investigation, painting was returned to Nicola Barbatelli and his Lucan Museum. The possible attribution of the portrait was an event in the art world. In 2009, Nicola Barbatelli welcomed Professor Carlo Pedretti, one of the most eminent specialists on Leonardo da Vinci's work.
I am always very circumspect and very careful, but also very optimistic. I have great trust in the ability of works of art to tell their story. And this painting is telling its story. I feel there is something here, and we must keep studying it.
The Lucan portrait leaves the museum and is entrusted once more to Giancarlo Napoli. His mission? To erase the feather that had been added later and restore the appearance of the painting during the Renaissance. After this last stage of restoration, the Lucan portrait finally appeared in its original state, without varnish or the white feather.
Discovering the restored painting was an extraordinary moment. The most interesting part was the discovery of the skin tones, the sfumato, and the astounding light effects.